Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. We're not your financial advisor. Whatever you do, it is at your own risk. Uh, we're here. The market was going up nicely and beautifully, and then all of a sudden the market turned around, and now we are almost hitting the bottom here. The market analyzer. This is the trade from the market analyzer from the top. On the ES, we have 143 takes based on one contract, 140, and on the auto trade we have two. And the system, you can see on the blue chart, calculated at 6789 as a target. Now we can see it is right on the fib at 6798, but there are much more potential, which we are going to hit what the market analyzer, because every trade calculate differently, depends on the market movement. And then you can see in conjunction with the market analyzer calculation that where you need to exit from that target. There is an institutional number at 6786, and then you are inside the yellow line. Once you are inside the yellow line, that means there is no more trade, and now is rejecting from the support, and then you have somewhere around there as a sell position, re-entry sell position, and the trade is extremely small on the sell position to the to re-entry short. So, and the target is very small target. If you are out of the ES and you want to re-enter the market on the ES, it is a very small trade. It's not a big trade. So you have to be careful with a re-entry 6823. For the Nasdaq is also the re-entry is somewhere around here as a sell position at 24,614. So those are the both re-entry places. Those are the good genuine re-entry places on the ES and the Nasdaq. And let's see if there's any other. There is no other news. We have a reversal on the ES, but it doesn't matter. All the market pointing at the moment to re-short position as a re-entry. So we're not going to take long trade or reverse the market. We're just going to re-enter the market with a small stop loss. Still short, and you have to be careful. There's a double resistance re-entry at 6823. You don't have a long trade, be careful. It's only short trades. Yes, Harold is right there. The short entry is 24,612. I prefer it from that location, Harold, because here you have a resistance backing you up. So I don't like the short from here. There is no support in this area here to um, protect your trade. But on where is my crosser at 24,612, you have a resistance and you have this yellow number, which it is a genuine re-entry. So, and this is a very good re-entry. And on the ES, didn't even go up, got rejected from the resistance at 68.20. So it's only short. You should not take any long trade. I don't like Harold to take a trade like if I have an option between the ES and the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is not protected here, but the ES is protected, so you can hide your stop loss above the resistance. So this one here is a better deal than the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is not protected. The only place you can be protected is when all the way up here. Here, if you have a stop loss, um, it's not protected. Here, your stop loss is above the resistance. Always, always, wherever you enter the market on the chart, has to be protected by support, resistance, moving averages, something. It has to be leaning on, and you need to hide your um, stop loss behind the wall. So both of the auto trade closed the trade, and it's a shame because still there is more short. While the YM is closing the trade, and this is the last trade on the YM. No, it's not the last trade on the YM. There are much more. The shorts start getting weaker. Um, you have the institutional number on 24,456, followed by support, followed by target from the market analyzer. When you hit the target, that's mean reversal too. So you have three indication that the market maximum is gonna hit the 24,441. On the ES, you have a double resistance, and then you have the from the market analyzer the fibs, and then you have this yellow number from our moving average. So there is a lot of resistance in this area, and the best re-entry right now is 68.23 short. On the Nasdaq, the market analyzer, the target is 24,434. Is coming from that market analyzer. So, and it's coming to both of the target. Now, if we want to expand the target, the institutional target is 24,392. We can extend it a little bit, and usually we see target 1 and 2 around 11 o'clock. And the target 2 on the ES is 6,772. We put it here. So you can extend it if you want to, the target, or you let the auto trade do it for you, whatever you want. Keep going short. We're gonna hit target 1 and target 2, hopefully by 11 o'clock. On the market analyzer, based on one contract, you don't have to trade all of it. You can trade the ES, is 127 ticks, the Nasdaq 500 ticks based on one contract, and the YM 268 ticks based on one contract. So you don't have to trade all of it. You can trade those three, which is gonna give you around 2, 3, 4, around 5,500. If you are trading one ES, one Nasdaq, one YM, you have around 5,500 in a profit, which is very good. So no matter what your indicator is saying, you should not take a long trade or thinking about a reversal. It's too early for reversal. I'm calculating that we're going to hit the target to the institutional number, and you can see where the estimation is here 24,392 and 6773. That's where I estimate around 11 o'clock plus minus 5 minutes, and we should be done for the morning session. We're going to break even, and then the auto trade readjusted itself. Uh, it's not gonna be going above this yellow number. This is a re-entry. Uh, right now, what you see is a fake movement to the upper side, and your indicators start pointing positive and telling you to take a long trade. Do not take any long trade. It's turning around. Once the ES hit the 6820, it's going to turn around. Do not fall into this trap. Leave it, leave the long trade alone. Leave it alone. It's not ready to take a long trade. It's going to collapse on you. So your indicator right now is showing you go long, which is not, it's short re-entry. So don't fall into this trap. Do not think about a long trade. Your MACD, your ATR now, everything showing long, and you don't have a long trade. You see this yellow number here, 6819. This is our re-entry short. And don't be fooled by the market going up like this. It's going backward. The Nasdaq wants to fly, but still there is no long trade so far. There is no long trade right now. There is a lot of resistance, and this is a fake movement. Be careful. This is a fake movement. We just wait. We're not taking any trades. Don't get excited with this couple bars going up. We're not out of the wood yet. You don't know where it's going to be rejected. Be careful with the long trade. Be careful with the long trade. It's going to reject. We don't know when, but it's going to collapse. Don't fall into this trap. It's too early to go long. Very early to go long. Hold on. You don't have a trade. Be careful. It's a fake movement. You see what happened? You see what happened with this movement here? All the indicators start pointing long. How many people, when a guy have a 20 indicator on the chart, he will get confirmation not on the first bar, he will get confirmation with his 22 indicator, whatever those are indicators, from here, and then he gets stopped out. The only time we can really go long, actually there is no long on the Nasdaq. There are many traps on the way up. I will not invest anything, and there are many traps on the way up. To some people, they think is rubbish because there are many resistance line. But when you see that many lines above that price, that means it's a trap. You don't have a long trade. By this maneuver here, everyone is short. He's been flashed out. And then he went and turned around and went long, and he was flashed out. We'll come to the traps when people, big companies, trap you to take a trade. Here it is. Enjoy it. At the moment, you do not have any long or short trade anymore. If we look at the NASDAQ, tons of resistance. The market analyzer from 1 to 30 minutes is mixed, is green and red like a Christmas tree. The buyers are equal to the seller, and some of the indicators are mixed. The market is totally unreadable. And that's why we said when the market went up, I said, be careful, it's a trap. And here it is. They flushed everyone going short. And when they closed their trade, they went long, they flushed the long trade. And who's paying for that? And naive traders. Naive traders. And they cannot see the difference between long and short. And right now, the market actually is going back to the short trade from the yellow line. You can see it's going short trade. So you have to be careful when you are using ATRs, MACDs. You cannot, they're following the market, they're not predicting anything. So don't go long. Do not go long. It's not going to survive. Jesus, where did you make all this money, Harold? 1,200 on a micro. On the NASDAQ, yes. Well, you need to stop trading, Harold. Now we have a short, as I said, and from those yellow lines. And excellent. Okay, so he used it. It's not from now. He was on the pre-market, and this is very good because before the markets open, it was much smoother ride than now. So we're going back to target, and this is the aggravation. We were on the right direction with the auto trades, and we got stopped. We stopped out. I mean, profit taking, and there is not much we can do, but that irritate that auto trade because it was going nicely short, and now it went up those couple bars, close all the trades, and now it's going back short again. So they flushed out everyone on the downside and on the upside. That's why we told you it's a trap. Be careful. And now we are going to continue to the short side, and this is the only hope you have to stay on the short. Very good. Very good. On the micro account, you did very well. 1200. So if you were trading the real micro, the real Nasdaq, you would have been $12,000. So that's very good, Harold. You've done a good job. There is no trade on the ES. Heavy resistance on 68.18, and there is a support area at 67.98. There is no trade. It's only short if you want to really desperate for trade. And on the Nasdaq, there is no long trade, my friend. There is no long trade. We're going down to somewhere around 24,456. So, I mean, that's what they did in the Bitcoin when for 3 years. I mean, I like a crypto, but not on a day trading, on a 10 years investment. I like a crypto on a 10-year investment minimum, but for a day trading, you cannot day trade a Bitcoin or Ethereum, and they've been flushed out of the market for the last 2 3 months. 460,000, $460. That's very good, and on the Nasdaq too. But this is a typical movement. They flashed everyone, every single auto trade. They were short. We were short on most of the auto trades, and then this maneuver here closed all the auto trades. And then look what they did. They went back to short. So the clever guy, uh, no matter what kind of auto trade or time frame you are using, you've been closed out. When the ES went like this, yeah, you should be done. 1,600, yes, done for today. You see, every single trader that were on a short and they were taking a very nice ride. And then when the market went up like this, they flashed everyone on a short. Every single auto trade was closed, or a manual trade, it was closed. And then what they did, they went, and then the ones they took long, they lost, they flushed him out. And now the market sitting and wants to go down, wants to go down. And the only things is going in the market wants to go down. There is no trade at the moment, but the market is going down. So in this condition, if you have a little money, you take Harold, when you are when you know how to manual trade, you know how to auto trade any auto trade, you know. Because when you are turning on your auto trade, and doesn't matter where your auto trade coming from. When your auto trade taking a trade, you know immediately if he's doing the right job or not, or you can override that auto trade. You're not at the mercy of the auto trade anymore. You know what you're doing, And here it is right now. As I said, the market going down, and it was no long trade, and we're going heavily to the well, we got stopped out on the Nasdaq, so I only have the ES left, and I'm estimating by 11 o'clock we will be at 6773, plus minus 5 minutes. It's only down, 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 short, down. That's it. It's going to hit target one, institutional number, profit taken on target one, institutional number 24,455. There is nothing to argue about. The institutional number on target one for the ES is 6,787 profit taken. What does that mean, profit taken? That means the market is going to turn around. Very simple. It's going heavy, down and heavy. Watch it. Be careful. We're coming to the target one, institutional number, profit taken on institutional. You have to realize that this target one on both of direction. Hi, Ben. Yes, exactly. Also, Ben. Also, he followed the two yellow line. Um, when the market entered those two yellow line, that means there is no short trade, and there is no more a new open short trade anymore. And we're coming to the institutional profit taking on institutional 24,456. Here it is. Look at this. And we're coming on the institutional, which the institutional is below the support area, and the market analyzer calculate the target take a profit at 67.8975. This is the market analyzer calculation. So we're coming down heavy on those, and here it is. I put the ES on target 2, institutional 6773. This is where I'm expecting by 11 o'clock we are done with the ES. The NASDAQ, we were on that trade, and then when the market turned around, knock us out of the trade. And look what happened to the NASDAQ. Look at the wig on the NASDAQ. Institutional number, profit taking. It might turn around a bit, and don't let it scare you because it's coming heavy and it's going down. It's going to break that support, and your final destination 24,389 for the morning session, and you are done. You can see where the NASDAQ stop. You see? Institutional number, profit taken. You see? Very good. Look, profit taken. And it is going back to here as a re-entry. You don't have a long trade. And it is between the two yellow line. You can go for many years back and you see when the market entered those two yellow lines, that means there is no more trades. You cannot open a new trade when it gets between those two yellow lines. and profit taken on the institutional, pulling back, re-enter at 24,540, short. Now we're going back short. The ES right in line with the resistance. There is no long trade. It's only down. Be careful. You see on the chart, it says end. Your ABCD is finished. It says end, end of the line. And this is a good place to start taking a profit. And we came to the institutional, and the profit was taken. And the ES final destination, if you are in a trade, you need to close it at 6786, or you can close it at the second level, number two. We should hit it by 11 o'clock, plus minus 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The institutional, the one and two institutional numbers, usually by 11 o'clock, you should be done with it. So we are done with the NASDAQ on the target one, and there is a good potential to hit target two. The ES is coming to target one. It's a bit slow today, the ES movement, but it doesn't matter. It's going to hit the institutional number. And you can see the wick where they are coming on the NASDAQ. Has nothing to do with your indicators. The ES is coming to the target one institutional, and that is going to also causing the market on the ES to kick back a little bit. So don't get scared. I have my target on the ES 6773 on the second institutional number. So this is where I'm expecting we will arrive by 11 o'clock. And you can see how the NASDAQ respect that number. You see, look how the NASDAQ respecting the institutional number. Look, see, profit taking. Look, down to the tick, not the plus tick, not minus one tick, is to the tick where the profit has been taken on the NASDAQ. And here is the re-entry short, but you should not take any more short because we are at the end of the line with the short trades for this morning. So there is no more short trade because it's getting very tight. And this is between the two yellow line. Once it's become between the two yellow lines, your short trade in here has no value, no money. You cannot make money out of it anymore. And so there is no more short trades anymore. We are coming at the end of the tunnel with the short trades. The problem is not we can identify the short trend, but those naive traders, they don't understand and this is where they are going to lose 90% of those traders that will be losing more money today, not because the short is over, because once the short is over, technically in a few minutes, the short is over now there is a profit taking and is almost over, you know. But the problem is there is a tremendous resistance on the way up. It's not a smooth ride and it's not smooth ride. So right now, what is going to happen, the transaction between short and verify now is long. And this turnaround, like with what we said with a U-boat, is trying to make a U-turn, is a big U-turn. It's no longer you have a V shape after the internet. You don't have that many V shapes anymore. So this is the transaction between the short trade and when it is cooked enough to take a long trade. This is where the traders are going to lose a lot of money because it's not just what happened today when they lower you to close and they flashed out all the short trade and turn around, and some of them, the smart ones, they have 20 indicator on the chart. By the time he got confirmation he was on a high level, by the time he take a trade, the market turn around. So when you see a guy have 20 different indicator on his chart because he don't have confidence, the difference between him and the institutional or smart traders, they are a long way ahead of him by going long or short. Because this guy, he needs 20 indicator to confirm ATR, momentum, uh, MACD, moving averages, RSI, you name it. And he needs confirmation. And the way he's doing it has to be this one and this one and this one has to be plus for him to take the trade. And by the time he take the trade, he's very late. And this is a lot of people don't understand why they are losing money because they are late in the trade or they cannot read the market when it's over. They keep pounding on the market short where we're no longer interested in short anymore. We are done with the short. It's coming between the two yellow line, and you can go through all the videos for the last 3-4 years. They are on the YouTube. When the market comes between those two yellow line, it's the end of the tunnel. It is finished. So there is no use to turn on your auto trade, and there is no use to use your brain anymore. So right now, technically, we have re-entry short, but it's no longer valid because you are very close. The price is very close to the yellow line. Now we have an entry in here short, but I cannot call that trade for you anymore because the market is finished to the downside. The ES didn't hit the institutional target, but the Nasdaq hit the institutional target, profit taking, making the bars go in the opposite direction from the profit taken. but we are a long way from from long trades. The long trades are not even on the map at this moment. They are not. The market is going back, and this is a transition between short and long, and this is where all the confusion happen when they are using auto trade or when they are trading. They don't understand we are in the transition between a short and a long. Always, you remember the chart is split to three pieces. There is an area below the turbulence where you can go short, and it has to be above the turbulence and has to be long. You cannot adjust relying on couple indicators or three or four or five indicators, turn it around to green that give you the right for you to take a trade. Sometimes it is much better to sit on the side and wait for confirmation or a pullback on a confirmation from long trade or short trade in order for you to be reactive and re-enter the market. Sadly, there are not many people has able to provide the proper education to the traders where you can. I'm gonna dismiss this one here. To to understand the market, because the marketing is blinding the new traders when they see the marketing. When somebody's saying he's using an AI or a robot or this one, and you see a kid on a cheap app, he made $8,000, and they have distanced themselves from a reality, and they are looking at those marketing commercial. But those guys, they cannot trade a paperback. That's why they don't give you any education, because they are not educated people either. So right now, as we see the market going up, but there is nothing in there for you. Why? You have a lot of resistance on the market analyzer from 1 to 30 minutes. They are still all the high time frame, the 15, the 30, the 60 minutes, they all still in red, the high time frame, and there is a heavy resistance above you. So what is telling you the indicator, the MACD, is painting a signal based on the previous bar. The same thing with your ATR is a stupid moving average. It's nothing, uh, something or any algorithm in there, and there is a profit taken. That's where I marked it, and there are profit taken on, or the re-entry is right there, and all those people, they are going long. They are going on a very high risk trade to go long, because there is no long. They've never been trained to stop trading in between the gaps. And this is where the problem started, because they are not been trained. I mean, I don't sell any courses. I'm not charging people to teach them. Um, so right now, this is where I said the re-entry, but I'm not gonna call it, and I dismiss it because it's a very small trade. And here the market is going back. It's going back. What time is it? It's 10:50. I still have 10 minutes. Hopefully, I can hit the target 6773. And you can take short here, but then you need to close it at 6799. So I'm not gonna call this short trade on this, a very small trade. And the buyers with the sellers, they are equal with 6 different time frame. Despite, look at this, despite the buyers over the sellers, the market is dropping down. This is, here it is. Look at it. There's not enough power for you to take a long trade. It's not cooked enough to take a long trade. The market is gonna go back and forth many times in this area before the sky is clear. Once the sky is clear, then you can go on full throttle long. But right now, still in the oven cooking, you cannot eat it yet, you know. So the transition between the short and the long is a long way from home yet. And this is where those poor guys, they don't understand this. Oh, now my MACD, my ATR is all of the momentum is telling me to buy or overbought, oversold. That's what they are using. They don't understand what supply demand. Everybody want to talk about RSI. They want to talk about overbought, oversold. What happened to the supply demand, for God's sake? You know, below 30, over 70. What is this? What happened to the supply demand? Doesn't matter what the price. Doesn't matter if it's over 70 or below 30. What happened to the supply demand? Or is double top, double bottom? What happened to the triple top, triple bottom? All this nonsense or using, we have on every single auto trade, we have the dummy trailing stop. Why you need to use a dummy trailing stop? When you are using a dummy trailing stop, you will never see it trade over a couple $100. But if you are smart enough, you can use the trailing stop manually. Of course, I can activate it. I can show you most of our all our auto trades. They have a trailing stop, automatic trailing stops. But what I do, I use a break even, and I decide where is the trailing stop is. If the market moving, why I need to have a trailing stop? If the market go into your direction, why you wanted to uh, exit out of that trade as soon as possible? Why you don't want to milk it all morning? Why you don't want to stay with the trade all morning? Why you want to use a trailing stop? The market is going to your direction. You use the trailing stop by hiding the trailing stop from support to support or from resistance to resistance manually. You need to leave room for the market to go back and forth. Otherwise, when you are using trailing stop, you're not going to see no more than a couple of $100 on a trade. Being an professional, you're going to have 5 losing trades and 2 winning trades. So it's not working for you. So all this small nonsense, baby talk about trading. Trading is not about reading a book. You read a book. We read a book 20 years ago. I sit the whole weekend reading this stupid book. On Monday, everything is gone. By the time you turn your page on a book from one page to another, the previous page is gone. You know, the only thing that stays in your head is practice and understand where is your limitation in the market and discipline. That's the only time you can be a professional trader. When we learned how to trade, it was only bars, and there is not even allowed to have colors on the bars because the color on the bar can confuse you. You need to look at the market price, determine. Until today, if I'm in trouble, I will open a clean chart, has no color in it, has no indicator in it. When I get in, because this is the only time I can see the market as is. So until today, it's still in me. If I'm in trouble, which I sometimes I have some traders, they call me, they say, Sam, come and get me out. The last one I had is a big businessman. He have 6 trades on the DAX, 6 trade on the DAX, and that it was he was down over 45,000 euro, and he said, "Sam, come and get me out of the trouble." The first things I did, I opened a chart, empty, no bars, no colors, and I start looking at the levels from the different chart and trying to exit modest and keeping some. And so I helped him. I stayed with him for a couple hours to get him out of the trouble. So those when the trader is in trouble and call me, I usually open. Okay, good. So right now, as you see, what we are talking about, everybody start jumping on the long trade here. And what we said is a U-turn boat is trying to make a U-turn and it's not totally cooked yet. And that's what it is. Now the market is going to go back and forth. And this is where, when he takes long, the market is going, look how many resistance he has to face to go long. And look, the market analyzer, still the high time frame is in red. It's in red. So if he got away with a couple $100, does not mean he's a trader. He's going to be losing more trades tomorrow and a day after tomorrow. So you can see how many resistance front of him if he's going long, and one of them is going to reject, and then the market is going to go back and retest this area here. The same story on the ES has been rejecting, and there is a double. Every time you see double support or double resistance, the market will stop. So this guy is fighting to go long, and he don't understand the magnitude of danger and a high risk trade he's taking in there. He don't understand. He's jet skiing with sharks right under his feet, and he's so blind to see there are sharks under his feet. He's happy to make a couple $100. Tomorrow he's gonna pay back $1,000 because he don't understand the high risk in those areas to go long. We can call those long trade. Are they gonna survive? I don't know. Are they going to be rejected? I don't know. All what I know here is a high risk trade, and the market is gonna have a hell of a time to break all those levels smoothly. It cannot. It cannot take it smoothly all the way. And look what happening. This is the first bar. This is there is no double top, double bottom. I don't believe in this. What I can see has been rejected few times. That's it. What I can see on the ES has been rejected few times. That's it. Double top, double bottom, it does not exist in my book. So when this guy is taking a long trade and not knowing where he is in the market, this is a disaster trader, and it is a matter of time before he can be wiped up. So this is the welcome to trading. That's all what I can say. Now it's 11 o'clock, and we still do not have long trade. Be careful. We do not have long trade until the market give us the clearance. It is a long trade. Now it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna stay a couple minutes to guide you in here because we're coming at the high risk in the market. And what happened when the market not able to break those area here? then it gives up and start going back to retest. So let's say the Nasdaq able to break that level, he's gonna be problem in here. Once he break this, we still need to break this area, and then now it is long all the way. But right now we still facing big bridge in front of us, and we need to, the market is not strong enough to go and call this one a long trade. It's not strong enough yet, still cooking. So this is conservative trading. Yes, conservative trading, not a high risk trading. Now once the ES close above the 68.29, now we are officially in the long trade. We are above the uh, the 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 turbulence, and once the Nasdaq is above the 24,675, pulling back re-entry long. Now it is called safe trades, and now you can see the signal start taking the trades from the market analyzer, and now we are in the safe trade to start. The Nasdaq is not ready yet. The Nasdaq is not ready yet. ES is ready. Nasdaq is not ready yet. Wait, because if the Nasdaq not able to break those area here, is gonna bring the ES with him down. You see? Look, watch. If the Nasdaq able to break this area, the ES is gonna be at this level immediately, at this level here. If the Nasdaq not able to break this level, it's gonna bring the ES down with him. So it has to be both on the same direction. Whether you are trading the Nasdaq or ES, they're both. And look now, the Nasdaq fell to, he wants to break. Look, the ES sitting on a standby. He wants to break those area. If he's not able to break this area, it's gonna bring the Nasdaq with him, and he brought the ES with him. They're working together. You see? He yanked the ES with him. You see? And now we have a reversal on the ES. We have a reversal on the Nasdaq. Here, welcome to trading. You see? That's why we need confirmation before we can go long. We need the ES and the Nasdaq cross this level in order for us to start trading long. Here it is. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. We thank you very much, and we wish you a pleasant day for the rest of the day. Bye for now.